Hello everyone and welcome back to another part of my F1 23 driver career mode here in season 1 for the Las Vegas Grand Prix in the US. I am very excited for this one. Obviously a new race. The track layout, especially with the Vegas Strip, is going to be absolutely banging with DRS. I'm sure we'll hit new top speeds there. Do you remember last time out in the championship we won in Brazil, meaning we are a mere 52 points, I think, away from the Drivers' Championship with 2 races remaining, which means 50 points, I think, 50 points, yeah. Which means that if we win on the next 2 races and Perez, Verstappen and Sainz don't score, then that will be really, really fantastic for us. But after that DNF in Mexico, I'm genuinely not sure if we can win the championship. Just had 1 DNF too many. Maybe if I had invested in the durability, we might have won this, but then I wouldn't. Then again, I might not have had the best car. ERS cooling succeeds. We rush that upgrade. We get Spec 2 of the durability. The one facility I haven't upgraded, we're upgrading. Team don't know me well, so now skipping a bit of time, still can't really buy anything because obviously it's so expensive now with everything. I decide here to buy an upgrade, but even now if I rush an upgrade, it just won't come in time. There's no point, really. You know, I went through everything here. The only thing I could find that would come in for Abu Dhabi's if I rushed it was the minor rear downforce. The major upgrade seems to take longer, so we're going to rush that, get that in hopefully before Abu Dhabi. But then our tyre wear fails, so I'm going to have to... I'm going to decide I'm doing this very quickly, apologies, but we're going to cancel the rear downforce and redo the tyre wear, and that will definitely come in time for Abu Dhabi, so that's a guarantee. Got the best chassis on the grid now as well, which is nice. Now let's head to the race weekend for the Las Vegas Strip circuit. But first, the engine. I mean, it's quite difficult here, you know, what to decide, what to put in. Because all our engines are very worn. I don't particularly want to take penalties this late. So I'm just going to take a bunch of new engines, not like brand new, just newer engines. I mean, for this one, there wasn't really much I could do, you know, because the control electronics, I'm just going to have to, I don't particularly want to take any more penalties for Abu Dhabi because that will be really, really unlucky if we had to take penalties for Abu Dhabi, and then we'll be starting further back on the grid. But in the race weekend now, the R&D, we make a bit of a step up. Obviously, most of the teams probably focusing on next season now. But we improve, so now we're the best team by quite a way. Now we've done practice. Let's head into quali, but first a bit of R&D, and as I already pointed out, there's nothing really that would actually come in. Even the minor rear downforce wouldn't come in time now. So what I'm going to do is, after a while going through every upgrade, I'm going to, just in case I do a season 2 of this, obviously for the season 2 I'll put the R&D back at default for both of us if I do a season 2, but I'm going to invest in the parts at risk for next season. So we're just going to do as much as possible we can for that. Obviously this will take a while in terms of R&D, and we probably won't be able to do all of them, but we'll see. Now let's head into quali for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So then first lap here in Las Vegas. This lap hopefully one and only flying lap as usual. And this lap overall very, very decent. And it's going to be enough. Oh, this strip circuit is very long. We're going to have to wait a bit. Just wait a long time to actually say what I'd like to say. But now I can, as we go up to the line. That last couple chain of corners is very satisfying. So we're going to go up to the line. It's a 1:33.7, and that's fastest of all. Very solid lap from us. And hopefully that'll be enough to get us through into Q2. Yes, it is. It's fastest for us then. Tsunoda in P6. No, I was looking here for any shock qualifying signs in Brazil last time, but no, he makes it through along with Verstappen and Perez, unfortunately for us. But we're setting the pace here in Q1. The benchmark 1:33.7. Let's see what we can do in Q2. Now I apologise, we don't actually have I don't actually have audio here, a really good audio, because for some reason, like what happened at Silverstone, I believe, we just didn't have any time. You'll notice here, this is my second lap. Any time? Sorry, that's very confusing. I'm being very, very annoying here, I can tell. But just for some reason the audio is not working at that glitch again. I'm not sure why. But anyway, this is our second lap because our first lap was very scruffy. Only managed to get us 13th, and we're not even at the end of Sector 2 here. Sector 1. We've already gained 1.2 seconds. Which really shows how bad our previous lap was. Obviously, the rest is mainly the straight. We went out on the old tyres first. This is a new set, I believe. But here we go then on the Las Vegas strip. Purple in the first sector. Sector 3 is very short. I really don't know why they don't make Sector 1 a bit shorter, because Sector 1 is healthy enough as it is, we'll say. Then down the Las Vegas strip, I'm trying to think of something to say. Green in the second sector. Heavy braking zone. Turn in, gut the curb again, and then just roll the car through while on acceleration. Up to the line. This final flat out corner, the height corner straight here. 1.6 seconds gained. It's going to be a 1:33.1. That's 0.6 faster than our Q1 time, and that's putting us fastest. And it stays like that. 0.2 faster than Tsunoda, and that is exactly what we needed going into Q3. A 1-2 for us. Lando Norris, both McLarens, and an Alpine out in Q2, along with Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin and Alexander Albon. But we're setting the pace here in Q2, exactly what we need, and all the momentum for Q3. You'll notice here the icon on the bottom right has actually popped up for engine wear. That's the internal combustion engine. But I don't particularly want to take a penalty here in Vegas. If I probably will try and take a penalty into Abu Dhabi. I really didn't want to, but it is what it is. This is our first lap, our only lap, because I want to save the tyres for the race. It's been a very solid lap from us so far. Up to the line, it's going to be a 1:32.6, and that's another huge improvement on our Q1 and Q2 time. I think that's second faster, and that's pole position for us. I apologise for the audio here. Crofty would normally be speaking, but I have the subtitles on, so hopefully you can just read those. If you can't read, I apologise. But it's a 1-2 from us then. Tsunoda really still showing that pace. Perez in third, in pole position to extend his championship lead. Verstappen down in 9th. Sainz in 7th. Let's see how that develops then for the championship. Yep, so I confirmed it was the internal combustion engine, and I looked if there was anything else, you know, we could take that would be a bit less worn. Not really, I'm afraid, so I'm probably going to have to take a penalty into Abu Dhabi. But as you can see, I thought about taking a penalty on the better gearbox, but it wasn't really worth it because we'd start from the back of the grid. So I just head straight into it. Apologise again for the audio. Oh, no friendly message from Mark then. Fortunately, we're going to be doing the soft medium because I did save softs because I used the Q3 set in Q3 rather than leaving it for the race. Solid. Everyone else around us on the mediums or hards though. Tsunoda on the mediums, Perez on the hards. Interesting strategy. Sainz has taken a grid penalty. Another poor start from him. Oh, Carlos. Carlos, what happened? He was doing so well in the championship. It's quite funny, actually. And this year, the second drivers have been the ones who have been doing well on their team. For example, Sainz and Perez. They're the second drivers. It's widely considered. So now we're sights out and away we go. What a switch back on Tsunoda. What a move. Beautiful. And then lining up to the grid. Got to be absolutely perfect here. Get those tyres warmed up. I did a couple burnouts. Can we just get the perfect? I'm taking it very slowly. Point what? Wait, did you see that? It said 0.1 and then I went back or something. 0.2. Interesting. But anyway, here we go then. 5 red lights for the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's round number 15. It's lights out and away we go. Good start for us. Good start for Tsunoda. That's exactly what we wanted. Off the line well in terms of for our team and for us. We both get away extremely well. Perez under pressure from Charles Leclerc, who's, I believe, is going alongside him. And yes, I know that, Mark. It's not going to help us in this race, but I'm aware of it. Then here we go into turns 3. We go a bit deep. Not the best. And now Perez and Leclerc fighting. Leclerc, go on Charlie boy, get ahead of Perez. We need Perez to get as minimum amount of points as possible. So this is crucial for our race. But then here we go, Tsunoda's first attempt on us. Going for the move on the inside. Not much I can do about that. He's not got DRS yet, but that slipstream is very powerful on this strip circuit. And now we come back at him using ERS. We're going to go back down the inside and keep the position. But Leclerc and Perez and Hamilton have actually been dropped by Tsunoda and I. That's very interesting. But I'm sure Tsunoda will have another attempt at us when DRS is enabled. And now he does have that he doesn't actually have that DRS yet. I think they should add DRS zone here, because it's actually really so much better. Maybe not, but I think it'd be quite fun. So onto the circuit we go deep, brake late, which doesn't help our exit speed, but here comes Yuki Tsunoda once again with slipstream, still hasn't got that DRS, but he's going to go for the move. Absolutely nothing I can do about that, but with a bit of ERS, with a bit of slipstream, we can come back at him, back on down the inside. Leclerc and Perez have got up to us due to our fighting, and we go back down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda. Hopefully I haven't compromised his line, so yep, he's still ahead of Leclerc and Perez. Now lap 3, the very next lap. Every time we go to this circuit, they really gain on us. Tsunoda just powerless defend against someone like that with DRS. I thought about going for a cheeky little move there, but can't quite do it. Tsunoda takes the lead of the Las Vegas GP. First time he's ever led a race legitimately, I believe. He did lead briefly in Sao Paulo last time, if you remember. But we're going to have to come back at him and re-overtake him. It's going to be difficult, though, since he's in an equal car to us. But we will have DRS here. The first DRS detection, and we take up different lines to Tsunoda. It works for us, not in favour of us. Going round the outside of Yuki. On the outside, can we do it? He comes back at us, and great defending by him, to be fair. We were like completely ahead, but we just couldn't overtake him. But then here we go again on Tsunoda. Look how quickly we gain on him. We're just going to breeze past him into turn... I don't know what turn that is, actually. Into the last sector, we'll say. Touch the wall there. Hope we haven't got any damage. Don't think so. Yellow flag behind us. I don't think anyone's actually out. Maybe just a spin or something. But Tsunoda now going for the move on the inside. We're going to hold it round the outside. But he gets a much better exit than us. Now we're going wheel to wheel. Tsunoda on the outside, hanging it all the way round. Fair play. We're still on the inside. This is not a place you go wheel to wheel, Yuki. But he can't hold it quite round the outside there. And we are going to stay ahead. But he will have slipstream here. But can't go for the move. Can't quite overtake. But he will have another massive chance into this Vegas strip. We don't take that nicely at all. It's the safety car. Red flag! Why have we got a red flag? I think that's a Haas or a McLaren stopped on track, I believe. That's very interesting. We're going to go mediums to the end. I thought about going to the hards might be faster, but no, mediums definitely seem faster. But for Tsunoda, that's mudded his race. He can't go to mediums. Because he's already used them. He's going to have to go to hards. And Perez now has mediums. So Perez now has a huge chance to get huge points in the championship now. I believe he's still third. But another red flag. What's that? Fourth in a season. That's quite a lot. Comment down below if you're surprised by that red flags as well. But, well then, that's our red flag done then. Here we go then. 5 red lights. Feels a bit like deja vu, but it's lights out and away we go for the second time here in Vegas. I think actually every YouTuber I watched in Vegas has actually had a red flag. Our of us had quite a few. There's no Tsunoda doesn't get the best off the line obviously on those hard tyres, and Perez has overtaken him. And he will have a go at us now, possibly. Well, engineers suggest got a new shot. Why would I want to pit again? Here comes Sergio Perez on the inside. We're going to go on the outside, go brake early, go for another beautiful switchback move. Okay, I love making switchback moves. It's so satisfying when it pays off. But here he comes, Sergio Perez. But we hold him up, and then Tsunoda goes through. He passes one, he passes two. He's passed both me and Perez and taken the lead of the race. But we're going wheel to wheel with our teammate. Can we hold it round the outside? Oh, I leave him a lot more space than I would normally. But we do keep the position. No, Tsunoda now has the inside line. Is he going to overtake this? I apologise for that notification. He goes off the track. We go round the outside and keep that first place. Tsunoda now in second. I apologise for that notification. I think it was teams. But starting lap 10 now, Perez is pit. Why is Perez pitting? Does he? I think Perez is damaged. I don't know where he got that from. Maybe he made a mistake or something. Had an oversteer and went into the wall. Because it's a street circuit. These walls can be very unforgiving. But here goes Yuki Tsunoda. Not much I can do about it. Here goes Max Verstappen. We're going to go back down the inside of Tsunoda. And we keep the position. But now Tsunoda might be compromised. Verstappen on the exit. But now Hamilton's going for the move of Verstappen. Go on, Lewis. 2.0. So I can confirm Perez is actually not out the race. He didn't retire or anything. He's just very far away. But now here comes Super Max Verstappen, who is now in pole position to win this Drivers' Championship. We go for the switchback. We can't pull it off this time. And Verstappen overtakes us for first place. But we will have slipstream. We will go back down the inside. We go very deep. But we just managed to keep it on the track. Almost hit the wall there as well. Accelerating. Now Verstappen's going to try and go round the outside. We're not letting that happen, but he does with better traction. And now Tsunoda is behind us, but we will use ERS and try to go back round the outside of Verstappen. No, not quite. Maybe down the inside, that might work. Yes, it does. But I think he braked there to try and get the DRS. Oh well, he will have the DRS though. And now he will come back at us, gaining down the main straight. But here comes Yuki Tsunoda. He's going to do it again, just like he did on Perez and I. And he's going to go for the move on the inside. This Hamilton, no, that's not Hamilton, that's Gasly going for the move on Tsunoda. We somehow squeezed through to keep that first place. We were in third at one point. They just lurched into each other, went away. We sneaked through that gap. We're still in second, but Pierre Gasly is now in third place. Verstappen's now duelling with Hamilton for fourth. Verstappen does keep that position, but here comes Yuki Tsunoda once again on the outside. Can we hold it around the outside? No, we almost go into the walls. Gasly then tries to overtake us there. But now with DRS, we do manage to stick to Tsunoda. No ERS needed. Gaining, and we're just going to fly by once again. And back into P1, and now Gasly might go for the move on Tsunoda as well. Down the inside, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it on us as well. Ooh, he almost spun us there. There's a yellow flag. That's Perez? Perez is going slow. It doesn't matter if he didn't have damage. If he's going to have an engine failure, obviously that's predetermined by the game. Is he out? Green flags now? No. We'll see. Yep, I believe he is out. He's parked to the side of the road. And there's that message confirming it. Sergio Perez, the man in pole position to win this championship, is out as we go deep. We go very deep. That's not good for us. We give Tsunoda the position because he would have overtaken us if we haven't come back on the circuit. But we're going to come back right at him. The audio's now working, it looks like. I'm not sure why, or if it actually is, or it's just something else. But we go then down the inside. No, it's not working. My apologies. So we get a warning for a corner cutting. I'm not sure that really was corner cutting, but we do re-overtake Tsunoda into P1 as we start the last lap. And you'll notice I haven't used much ERS, and this will prove why. Last lap of the race, Tsunoda gaining. We're dumping as much ERS as we can. Give us more power. Tsunoda going for the move on the outside. Nothing I can do about that. Gasly won't be able to go for the move, but we're going to have to try and go back round the outside of Yuki. Yes, we can do it, but Tsunoda's going to come back on us. He'll have the inside line now. He's going to go for it. Tsunoda's going to steal this at the end. No, we get better traction off the corner, but Tsunoda will have the inside line. This is going to be mighty fine. Can we do it round the outside? Tsunoda overtakes us. We go back round the outside and overtakes Tsunoda, and that's the end. We do win the race, but by only just, I believe that was by 0.017 seconds. But either way, it's a 1-2 for us, a 1-2 for Alpha Tauri. A race win for us then, absolutely fantastic. That brings us very close into the winning margin. I don't think I mentioned this, but Verstappen, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he had some sort of issue. Our engineer might have told us maybe when I wasn't paying attention, but he's dropped down the order a lot. But somehow he did get fastest lap, so I'm not sure how that worked. As you can see, we only had 25 points, and Verstappen did get the fastest lap, which is very annoying because that would have been us. That would have been brilliant for us, 26 points. But as it is, we only get 25. But all three championship protagonists only get don't get any points. So now we're within 25 points of the Drivers' Championship lead, which means if we win in Abu Dhabi and get the fastest lap, and they once again go pointless, we will win the championship. Or if we win and Perez doesn't get points, Verstappen only gets a 9th, and we get and Sainz doesn't gets like 4th, not 4th, like 5th, then we will win that Drivers' Championship. In the constructors, we're still 4th. Red Bull have confirmed that they have won it now, and this is how close the line was, by the way. A front wing decides who wins the race. Oh my word, that is incredibly close, incredibly fine margins. But anyway, if you haven't enjoyed, do make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps out a ton. But before we do that, our front wing profile, I think that's front downforce upgrade. I'm going to take a penalty now going into Abu Dhabi because, you know, there's no point really doing anything else. I'm going to take that. Yep, so that should only be a 10 place, I think, max. I'm not quite sure, but that's nice. And then, yep, as you can see in the championship, we're on a great run of form. If it weren't for that DNF in Mexico, I reckon we would have won the championship. But also, if you do remember, Alonso crashed to us in Silverstone, which means that he could have cost us the championship there. He literally could have cost us the championship. But we'll see. And also that when I let through Sonoda in Australia, 1 point, that could be the point between a win of the championship and a loss. And when I had Crashgate in Jeddah, that could have also been the point between a win and a loss. But if you have enjoyed this video, do make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out so much. And I'll see you guys next time for the finale, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hopefully there are no late safety cars to change the result, but we'll see. Goodbye.